your under eye bags get worse no matter how much concealer you use. In today's video, I'm going to show you why that happens and what to do instead. So as we get older, we're dealing with three different things. We're dealing with dark circles, we're dealing with under eye bags, and we're dealing with the hollows underneath here. They're not the same thing, so they should all be treated differently. So right here is the bag. You can see it has texture on it. In here is the discoloration. And then down here, when you look down, that's the hollows of my eye. So hydration is key for the under eye. So if you're not using any hydration before you're going in there when putting on a concealer, then it's probably going to look very textured looking and crepey. So be sure you go in there with some type of hydration for your under eye. That's number one. Number two, to correct the color, go in there with a color corrector. Usually one that is a peach color will work really well if you have dark discoloration. You don't need a lot, you just really need a little tiny bit. And only use it where there's discoloration. We need to be very strategic about placing our makeup as we mature. We can't go in there with just one heavy concealer and completely cover up that under eye. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. So on this side of my eye, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use a peach color corrector. I'm going to go right in there where the dark area is. I'm going to go right in here, right in on that hollow there. And then up in here, I have a little bit of darkness here. Then I'm going to take a concealer brush and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to press that product into the skin. But I'm really careful that I'm not using too much product. And then just keep pressing that in. And I'm keeping it away from this bag area here. So before I went in there with the color corrector, I made sure I went in there first with an eye cream. Something that's going to be hydrating and lightweight. Now you can probably already see the difference between this eye and this eye. And now I do need to go in there with a tiny bit of concealer and I'm going to show you exactly where I place that. So if you look here, you can see right here, I have a little bit of darkness here, okay? And there's a little bit of texture too. So right here I have darkness and texture. And then right here I have a little bit of darkness. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tiniest bit of concealer and I'm going to dab it here. And I'm going to dab it up here. And that's all I'm going to add. I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go and I'm going to press that into the skin. I'm not going to swipe it, I'm just going to press. And because it's a little bit lighter than that color corrector, what it's going to do, it's going to brighten up the inside of that eye so that it doesn't look tired and it doesn't look too drab looking. And then up here, I'm going to take the flip side of this brush, I'm going to turn it around where there's an angle, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just blend that in very gently, making sure I'm just concealing those dark spots. So one of the biggest mistakes I see mature women making is going in there with a matte concealer that's way too light for their under eye. And what they do is they go all the way under, they go right on top of the bag, then they go and they try to blend that into the skin. So when they're done, the eye looks something like that. I've seen this done a million times on TikTok and different social media platforms where younger girls are doing this to their under eye. As we mature, there's just no way in hell that we can do this to our under eye. It's just gonna lay on the surface of that skin and it's gonna make the eye look very tired and old looking. And then what they end up doing is going in there with that powder because I wanna blend it into the skin. And I'll show you what happens when you do that. Go in there, take a little bit of powder. So when they're done, it looks something like that. Now, can you see how heavy that looks on the under eye? It looks so much better if you go in there and you're very strategic and you use a lot less than you think you need as far as the concealer and the color corrector. So you don't have to completely erase the under eye. That's the biggest mistake I see women making. The goal is to soften them so they don't draw any attention at all. When you use a lightweight hydrating concealer along with an eye cream, your eye will just look so much more radiant and healthy looking. And just use a lot less product than you think you need. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.